Alright, you're welcome to this section. In this section, I'll be introducing you to WordPress environment. Right here, we'll be looking at WordPress dashboard and the panels you can find in WordPress, and we'll also be looking at the functions of these panels. Alright, so let's log into the dashboard of our first project. Let's go to our browser here, host /project1 /wp admin. Alright, let's go to our notepad to fill that. So grab our username here, Control C, Control V here, grab our password, Control C, Control V here, then we'll log in. Alright, so this is the dashboard of our first project. At the left hand side here, you're going to see the panels in this dashboard. Alright, now these are the basic WordPress panels. Alright, you might install another theme to see more panels, but basically these are the WordPress panels. Alright, so right here we'll be looking at the panels and the functions of these panels. Alright, so if we hover our mouse to the WordPress logo, it's going to bring a drop down of the WordPress trademark links. Alright, we don't need any of this. Alright, then beside the WordPress logo is an icon that looks like a house. This is where we can visit our website. So let's open this in a new tab. Let's click on opening a new tab here. Alright, so this is how our website is going to look like in a browser. Alright, after that, beside the website link is the comments icon. Alright, the comments icon displays the number of comments we have from our pages and our posts. Alright, beside this comments icon is a shortcut where we can add new posts, new media files, new pages, and new users. Right, we are going to talk about this at the left hand side panel. Right, so let's move to the left hand side panels. If we click on the dashboard, it's going to bring us back to our dashboard. If you click on the home also, it's going to bring us back to the dashboard. After that, we move to the update panel. The updates panel displays the number of themes and plugins that are out of date. Take for instance, you might have 5 themes that are out of date and 4 plugins that are out of date. At this particular place, is going to be displaying 9 updates. Alright, then the next thing here is the post panel. If you hover your mouse to the post panel, it's going to expand 4 panels. Alright, the first panel here is the all posts, the second panel is the add new, the third panel is the categories, the fourth is the tags. Alright, the all post is a place that displays all the posts or articles we have in our website. So let's open this in a new tab. Let's open in a new tab here. Alright, you can see here we are just having one post or article in our website and it's called hello world. Alright, after that we have the add new. The add new will take us to the place where we can start writing new articles. Alright, so let's open this in a new tab here. Alright, so you can see right here we're having a place to add an article title, and below the article title you can start writing content for that particular title. Right, after that we'll talk about the categories. The categories panel is very important. Take for instance, you might have a website that's about news and entertainment. You probably might need 2 categories. The first is the entertainment category, the second is the news category. Alright, now if you have 500 articles or posts that are related to entertainment, you will add this post to the entertainment category, and if you have 600 or 700 posts that are related to the news, you are going to add this post to the news category. Alright, so if you want to add new category, let's open this in a new tab here. Alright, so right here, this is where we're going to add the title of the category. So let's call this entertainment 1. Alright, then the slug here, they said the slug is the URL friendly version of the name. It is usually all lowercase and contains only letters, numbers, and hyphen. Alright, so if you want to add a slug to this, everything will be in lowercase. So here you have entertainment hyphen 1. Alright, so right here you can assign a parent to this particular category, and you can also leave this as a parent category. After that, you add a description to this particular category. After doing all of that, you click on add new category. You can see the category is added already in this place. Alright, you can add as many categories as possible. Right, after that we talk about the tags. The tags is used to connect related posts. Take for instance, you might have posts on crime in Ukraine, another post on crimes in United States, another post on crimes in Nigeria. You can tag these posts because they are all related. All right, after that we'll move to the media panel. Alright, so if you hover your mouse to the media panel, it's going to expand two panels. The first is the library and the second is the add new. So let's open the library in a new tab. Alright, now it's going to take us to our media library. Our media library is a place that displays all the media files we have stored in our database. Alright, so this is where we are going to see all of that. If we want to add new media file, we'll click on add new here. It's going to take us to this place. If we click on select file, it's going to take us to our storage system where we are going to select the file we want to upload. All right, so after that, we talk about the add new. The add new is a shortcut that we can use to automatically add new media files to our database. All right, so if you don't want to use the add new from the media library, you can come directly here to add new file. So let's open this in a new tab. You can see right here, if we click on select file, it's going to take us to our storage system. All right, so after that, we'll move to the pages panel. All right, now the pages is different from the post in the sense that the pages contains content that are more static, while the post contains contents that are timely and are updated regularly. All right, so if you hover your mouse to the pages here, it's going to expand two panels. The first is the all pages, the second is the add new. Let's open the all pages in a new tab. All right, all pages is going to take us to a place where we see all the pages we have in our website. Right, you can see right here we're just having two pages: the privacy policy page and the sample page. All right, other examples of pages in a website could be the home page, the contact us page, the download page, and the likes. Right, after that, we'll move to the add new. If we click on the add new, it's going to take us to a place where we can start writing new page. All right, so right here we can add the title of the page, then below that we can start writing the content for that particular page. All right, then after that, we'll move to the comments panel. Right, the comments panel here is the same thing as the comments icon that is here. This is a place that displays the number of comments we have from our pages and our posts. All right, then after that, we'll move to the appearance. If you hover your mouse to the appearance, it's going to expand two panels. The first is the themes, the second is the editor. Let's open the themes in a new tab here. So let's open in a new tab. Now it's going to take us to a place where we can change the theme that we are currently using in our website. Right here we are using 2022 WordPress theme. If we want to change that, we'll hover our mouse to the 2020 theme and we'll click on activate. If we want to use this, we activate this. And then if we want to import new theme from our device or from our system, we'll click on this add new, or we'll click on the plus sign below here. Right, so let's click on add new here. Right, so right here we are going to select, we're going to click on upload, and when we click on choose file, it will take us to our storage system where we are going to choose that theme in zip format. All right, so that's that for that. Then the next panel here talks about editor. If you have technical knowledge on programming, this is where you can edit the code of your team. All right, the next panel here talks about the plugin. If you hover your mouse to the plugin, it's going to expand two panels. The first is the installed plugins and the second is the add new. All right, let's open the installed plugins in a new tab. Now the installed plugin is going to take us to the place where we have all the plugins we have installed in our website. Right, you can see here we have two plugins. We have the Akismet anti-spam, we have the Hello Dolly plugin. Right, you can activate here, we can deactivate, and we can also delete the plugins. All right, we say here that plugin is a software that enhances the functionality of our website. Take for instance, we have the contact form plugins that helps to collect visitors information in our website. All right, after that we have the add new panel. Let's open this in a new tab here. All right, now right here, this is a place where we can add a new plugin to our website. All right, because I have an internet connection, you can see all of this plugin is from WordPress.org. Right, I can install directly here using the internet connection I have. If you don't have an internet connection, you will not see all of this. All you need to do is click on upload plugin and click on choose file. It's going to take you to your storage system where you select the plugin that you have downloaded in zip file. All right, so after that, the next is the users panel. All right, now if you hover your mouse to the users panel, it's going to expand three panels. The first is the all users, the second is the add new, and the third is the profile. All right, so let's open all of this in a new tab. Let's open the all users in a new tab here. Now the all user is going to take us to the users we have in this WordPress website. Right, you can see here we only have one user, which is the user W1 that we created earlier. All right, then after that, we'll talk about the add new. This is where we get to add new users to our WordPress dashboard. Right here, we can add a username required, we can add an email required. First name is optional, last name is optional, website is optional. Then we can set a password. After that, we'll move to the role. The user you are adding, what role should the user play? Is it contributor, subscriber, author, editor, administrator? Right. So the user is important. If, for instance, your website has a lot of articles and you have employed lots of people to write articles in your website, instead of collecting the articles yourself to post in the website, you can add them as a user so they can come directly to your website to post these articles. Right. The good news about this is that you can restrict the users from making major changes to your dashboard and the like. So right here, this is where you can add new user. After that, you click on add new user, right? And that will be saved. Then after that, we have the profile. So let's open this in a new tab, right? Now the profile will take us to a place where we can set the profile as a user, right? So right here, this is the admin color scheme. If we change this, you can see the color is going to change. Click on this, click on this, click on this, click on this, click on this. All right, so let's leave this at the default settings here. All right, you can check this if you want to disable the visual editor when writing and all of that. Just toggle the settings to suit what you want. All right, you scroll down to make other changes, and after all of that, you click on update profile. Very important. All right, then after that, we'll talk about the tools panel. The tools panel is very important in the sense that if you are done designing your website, you can export your content in XML, extensive markup language format. Let's assume we are done designing this website, I want to export our designs. We click on export here. Let's open this in a new tab. All right, now right here, you can export all the content you have in the website. You can see by default it's selected as all content. All right, so if you click on download export file, it's going to download all the content you have in this website. But take, for instance, you don't want to download all the content, you just want to download some posts. You click on post here. It's going to ask you the category of the post you want to export. You select that here. Then the author, you select that here. Then from what date to what dates do you want to export, then the status, do you want to export the published post, the scheduled post and the likes. Then after that, you click on download export file. You can also do the same for pages and you can do the same for media. Right, so there are some themes that come with additional panels here. Some of those themes might also have additional files to export in this place. All right, after exporting your file, when you go to your live host, you want to import what you have designed using your local server, your WAM server. You click on import here. So let's open this in a new tab. Right, it's going to take you to this place. So right here, you locate the WordPress here and you click on install. Now you need an internet connection to do this, to install this particular plugin. It's a plugin actually. Then after installing, you click on run importer. Right, it's going to take you to the place where you're going to select the exported XML file. So let's click on choose file here. It's going to take us to our storage system where we have exported the XML file. All right, then after that, you click on upload file and import. All right, so that's how to use the import and the export panel here. Then that they are available too. Let's open this in a new tab here. So right here we have the tools, categories and tag converter. Basically here I don't make use of this tool. All right, then the next thing here is the site health. You can check your website health here. Then you can export your personal data, you can erase your personal data. Right, if you have technical knowledge on coding, you can edit the theme code here, and if you also have technical knowledge, you can also edit the plugins here. All right, so this are the panels you can find under the tools panel. The next thing here is the settings panel. Very important, very important. Let's look at them one after the other. The first is general. Let's open this in a new tab. All right, now the general is a place where you can change your site title. You can see our site title is my first website here. Then the tagline by default is just another WordPress site. All right, you can change the tagline here. And this is the WordPress address URL. You can see we are using a local host, and this is a project folder that we created in our WAM folder. Right, and this is the site address. Also, we talk about administration email address. This was the email address we entered when we were trying to install the WordPress. All right, Then this is new user default role. All right, by default, if you are adding a new user, your default role is set to subscriber. You can change this to contributor, author, editor, or administrator. All right, then this is site language. This is where you get select the language of your website. All right, then this is the time zone. You can change this. Talk about the date format, talk about the time format, and you can also talk about when the week starts. After that, you click on save changes. All right, then the next thing here is writing. Let's open this in a new tab. All right, now the writing here talks about the default post category. After writing a post and you forget to add it to a particular category, where should it go to by default? This is where you set that. If you want the post to fall under uncategorized, if you want it to fall under any of your category, this is where you set all of that. Then this is the default post format. It's set to standard. All right, and set, you can change this to a side, chart, and the likes. Then this is the post via email. You can edit any of this if you want to. After that, you click on save changes. The next thing here is reading. Let's open this in a new tab. Now, the reading is a very important panel in the sense that this is where you get to uh, choose the type of website you want to create. If you select your static post, simply means that you are creating a blog website, alright? But if you select a static page, it simply means you want to create a standard website, alright? So if you check on the second one, it's going to ask you to select the page that will have your home page, alright? So right here, you are going to have a drop down of pages. If you have pages that you actually want to set as your home page, then right here it's going to ask you to select the page that will hold your articles or your post. All right, so it's advisable that you leave it under blog or news. All right, so this is where you get to select all of that, but let's leave this here. Right, then right here we talk about the blog page show at most. Right here, if you click on the post page, how many articles should it display at a time? You can see it's set to 10. You can increase this to 20, 25, or something less than that. The syndication feeds, you can select the number of syndication feeds to display at a time. You can change this from 10 to 20 or something lesser than that. Then for each post in a feed, include, you want it to be in full text or you want it to be just SAT, alright? This is where you get to change all of that. You can also discourage search engine from indexing your website by checking this button here. Right, so let's uncheck this. After that, you click on save changes. All right, the next thing here is discussion. Let's open this in a new tab. Now the discussion talks about our post and our page settings. Right here we have other comment settings. Comment author must fill out name and email. This is very important in the sense that you can collect emails from people that comment on your pages and posts. Alright, so if you check this, you find out that before anybody can submit any comments in any of your pages or posts, they will have to fill out their name and their email address. Alright, you can also toggle other settings to suit what you want. This is where you can change your default avatar. Alright, so right here you can see this is the default avatar. You can change to any of this. After that, you click on save changes. Alright, then the next thing here is the media. This is where we can set our media dimension. You can see the thumbnail is the smallest media format. Right, so right here, if you're having an image that is in thumbnail, it simply means that the dimension is set to 150 by 150. You can increase this dimension here, and after that we'll talk about the medium size. The medium size is set to 300 by 300. You can increase or reduce this. Then we'll have the large size is set to 1 gig by 1. That's 1024 by 1024. Right, you can increase or reduce this as well. After that, you click on save changes. Very important. Then the next here is permalinks. All right, permalinks gives the custom structure. Right here you can change your permalinks if you want to, alright, or if you don't want to, you can leave this like this. After that, you click on save changes. Then the next thing here is the privacy. Right, the privacy gives you the ability to set pages that will contain your privacy and policy. Alright, so right here, change your privacy policy page. You can select the page you want to use for that, and you click on use this page. You can also create a new policy, a new privacy policy page by clicking on the create here. So right here we have the policy guide. This is where WordPress tries to guide you on how to create a policy page. All right, and after that we move to the last panel in the left hand side. All right, so right here, this is the collapse menu. If you click on that, it's going to leave you with just icon. If you click on that back, it's going to expand this with icons and text beside. All right, and that's that for the left hand side panel. Let's move to the top right hand side panel. If you hover our mouse to where we have the hello user and all of that, it's going to display your username. Then this is where you can edit your profile. All right, if you don't want to use this edit profile, remember we talked about the profile edition here, so you can edit your profile from this place or from this place. All right, then after that you talk about you can log out from this session. All right, so if you click on screen option, it's going to bring a drop down. If you are editing a particular page or post, this is where you can make some major correction. You can see the welcome to WordPress is turned on, the WordPress events and news is turned on, the quick draft is turned on, the activity is turned on, at a glance is turned on, and site health status is turned on. You can uncheck any of these under the screen options. All right, so let's hover our mouse down here. This is the help. This is where we can get help from WordPress. All right, wordpress.org. All right, so let's hover our mouse to where we have our profile here, and let's click on log out. It's going to log us out of our dashboard. All right, so basically here, these are the WordPress panels and the functions of the panels we have in WordPress environment. See you at the next section.